use for this look is I'm going to change it up. I'm going to use some BH Studio Foundation. I didn't really like it at first until I got knocked up and I started having craters on my face because it's so thick. So if you're like me, you got a lot of like redness and a lot of stuff going on because it's so thick, you'll really, really like it. If your skin's like pretty normal, which when I'm not all pregnant, I don't have like a lot of this redness and all that stuff going on, you'll probably not really like it. So yeah, it looks really yellow right now. That's okay, we're gonna turn it down a little bit at the end. So it's not really a big deal. The reason I'm going a little bit darker is I used some self tanner on the rest of my body, so I'm just going to match it up. So it might look a little bit like over the top obnoxious right now, but that's totally okay. For me, I feel like it's always easier to tone down that yellow and that tan as opposed to build up color if it's too light, because then you have to use like a ton of bronzer and more products and stuff like that. So yeah, just throw on whatever found. I'm going to take Transition from the Violet Voss palette right here. It's like this like warm kind of camel-y color. You could go a little bit lighter if you have fairer skin, but because since I have on this really dark foundation, I'm going to keep my transition pretty dark. So if you're fairer than me, you want to use something that's a little bit tan but has less yellow in it, has less orange in it. This transition color, which is called Transition, it has a lot of like orangey undertones, which works for me. I'm going to take one of my favorite colors in this palette, and it's called Hashtag, and it's very orange, as you can see right here. I really love that orange color. Some people aren't into it, but I'm about it. So I'm going to start putting that more into my crease, and I'm using a smaller but still kind of puffy brush. This one's from Real Techniques. The reason I'm using something that's a little bit more puffier is because I do still want it to have like a nice fade. I don't want it to be like an insane cut crease. So this one's just going to help buff it out into the first color that we just did. So that way there's just like a nice fade, and like I said, it's not too precise because I don't want it to be a cut crease. So I'm just going to start blending that all the way out. Again, the reason I'm blending it all the way out is because I want my eyes to look a little bit bigger. And again, with the bigger puffy brush, we're just going to basically blend those two together more at the top. That way we just have a nice, easy, seamless finish and nothing's too hard. When you have those hard lines, that's just going to make you look a little bit more rougher. I like to take something with a little bit of an angle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take brownie points right here, and I'm going to focus that into the actual crease of my eye to give my eye a little definition, kind of like a cut crease, but not too intense. I just really want to give it that depth, make my crease look a little bit more hollower. When your crease looks a little hollower, it makes your eye look a little bit bigger. So that's like a little trick for me because I have them little baby eyes. So if you're struggling with trying to help open up your eyes, that's something that I like to do. What I'm going to take is I'm going to take some Shadow Insurance. This one's by Too Faced. This is going to help you make anything that's sparkly really pop through. A lot of stuff that have pigment and shimmer in it, it can fall out. I like this one because it's nice and it's nude, and MAC Paint Pot gets really, really dry on people. So this is one that I found that I liked a lot. This color is called Awesome Sauce. It's really pretty. It's almost tan with some like really pretty shine to it, but it also has like a little hint of a gold, but it's not over the top gold. I haven't really used it before, but it's really pretty, as you can see. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to basically push this in. You don't want to rub it. When you rub it, that's when all the pigment's going to fall underneath your eye. So you just want to push it into your skin. And you want to keep it right below where we made our crease. Alright, so then I'm going to take this Revlon stick right here. You can get it like right at the drugstore. Hello, there it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the glitter side. Be very careful with this. But I like this because it has like a little baby. Hello. Can you see? It's like a little baby stick, so it makes it easy to get into that crease. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to start putting that right into my crease. So if you have hooded eyes, just put it right where you did the outline of that dark color. NYX liner, and this is the Precision liner, and I really like this liner. It's really easy for me. So I'm going to start in the middle as I have less on my tippy tip. That's when I'm going to start bringing it to the front. I'm going to start working on my brows since they're looking crazy. And what I'm going to do is I'm taking the IT Cosmetics pen. I usually use the Anastasia right now. I always switch back and forth, but I couldn't find it. And I'm going to start building my arch. And when I do this, I always use a little bit heavier of a hand. So then I'm going to use lighter hands and lighter strokes as I get to the front. Then I'm going to switch it up and down. I'm going to start feathering the front just so it looks like I have more wispies. Brow powder, and this is by Oh My God Cosmetics. It's like, or OMG Brows, sorry. I'll link it below. But they're like a newer company, and they sent me some brow powder like a year ago, and I've loved it ever since. And I'm just going to start feathering that on top in the middle where my crease is. And that's just going to set everything, because for me, I have very thin brows. They always have. So for me, that keeps it more matte. Alright, I feel like I haven't used this in a while, so I'm going to use the Naked Skin. The reason I haven't used it in a while is because it's so light, and I haven't been wanting to do a crazy contour lately. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little bit underneath my eye, on both of my eyes. And then what I'm going to do, that looks just crazy light, I know. And then I'm going to take a little bit born this way, and as you can see, it's a lot tanner. Then I'm just going to place that on top, kind of mix them together. So the problem a lot of people have is like, why do I get that muddy gray color effect underneath when I conceal? And the reason that is because when you use your beauty blender, you're like scrubbing. You don't want to do that. So if you want to move your concealer around to where you want it, I prefer using a concealer brush, and then this just pushing it into your skin. And this is also going to take away excess concealer. That way you don't look really greasy. Since I have my concealer all in place, I'm going to take a little bit of the RCMA powder. I have it in a Laura Mercier one, as always, because it's a huge mess, but the powders are really good. So what I'm going to take is I'm going to take a Gerard Cosmetics brush, or no, this is Morphe. It's one of my favorites. It's like really dense. It's really good for setting your under eye with it. It's a buffing brush, and then I'll smooth it all the way. If you don't have dry skin like me, if you have like really greasy skin, you can let that sit there for like ever, and it'll suck up all them oils that your skin produces. But for me, because I have dry skin, if I let it sit there, I'll get like crepies underneath my eyes, and it'll make me look way older than I really am. It'll look like I have tons of under eye wrinkles. Mama don't want that. So then I'm going to take some, I'm going to switch it up today. So I'm making my nose so itchy. Oh my god. So I'm going to take some Smashbox setting powder. I really like this powder. It is super full coverage, and I feel like I need that today because my skin is just all over the place. I'm a few weeks away from having this baby, and my skin has been like giving it to me hard. So I'm going to take this Stila powder. It's like a bronzer. It's in medium, I believe. And I'm just going to basically put that all over my face. I really like this color bronzer because it's really warm without the orange pigments, which I really hate when bronzers look like over the top orange. So this is really nice if you just want to warm your face up. If you want to contour, I wouldn't use this because it's like not dark and gray or anything like that. So I really, really like this. It's really good. And it's huge. Like, it's really, really big, which is awesome. And it's so you get your money's worth. So I'm just going to put that all up into my forehead and all that good stuff. Powder. And you can see it's like deeper, sandier, has more, just like more cocoa-y. So I'm going to put that into my cheekbones. If you feel like you don't have like really dense cheekbones or you can't find your cheekbones, make it up, just kind of like your crease, you know what I mean? Right now my face is like really chubbier and swollen, so my cheeks don't really stick out like they normally would, so I kind of create my own. I'm using an angled brush and I'm just feathering it into my skin because I don't want it to look too defined. I think that's something that a lot of people have a problem with, is when they start to contour a little bit, it starts to get gray. It's because they're like kind of rubbing it around. With this brush, you just use a light hand. That's why my hand's on the end of my brush. That way I can use the lightest hand imaginable, and you just want to feather it. I thought I really like this Lolita color with it, but I don't know, it looked too pink once it went onto my skin. So I'm going to take 1993 by Urban Decay, which is like a little bit of a brown. I'm going to pop that on and see how I like it. Alright, with the two colors mixed together, I really, really liked it, I think. Take Summer from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I'm going to start putting that right into here. See how it just gives you like a nice subtle glow without basically going everywhere. So I really, really like this. It has really dense like whiskers. I don't know why I call them whiskers. I'm so weird. But yeah. So basically it goes exactly where you want it to go. And I'm going to take a little bit down my nose. And I only do a little bit right here. Just because. For my last step, which I almost forgot, which is my favorite part, I love putting highlighter right into my inner tear duct. So I'm going to do that. It's like one of my favorite